Sending unsolicited dick pics should be treated as flashing, and put the sender on the sexual predator registry. Edit. I thought it was obvious that unsolicited nudes of any sort would be considered on the same level as dick pics. I explicitly mentioned dick pics because they're more common than the reverse. Flashing is showing someone your dong without their consent IRL. Why is showing your tinky winky in a picture to a specific person without their consent not a crime? I'm hoping this is actually a popular opinion, but it's here because my friends and family as a whole don't think it should be a crime. I've deleted whole ass apps just to avoid unsolicited dick pics, and honestly if y'all knew how to behave I wouldn't have to criminalize unsolicited dick pics. It already can be. You have to press charges. In the UK it is. It's a reprimand of criminal warning for minors, and adults can actually be punished at the judge's discretion. If it's frequent or sent on a large amount they can file a no-contact order and the like. I don't know the full context of the law here apart from what I know from secondary school assemblies. In a lot of Western countries it is if you can prove who sent it. This makes complete sense. But there would have to be a way to prove it was unsolicited, otherwise it could be used as revenge/blackmail. Not unpopular at all. I'm a clearly male photographer, it says so clearly in my bio, and I receive dick pics daily to my Instagram as men assume the models I post photos of are me. And I reckon I get 0.0001% of what women receive. It's a fucking pandemic of dicks out there and it needs to stop. I've lost count how many I've reported to IG and never ever had a confirmation back of any action. And to the people saying all genitalia matters, I suggest you live a day as a woman on social media and you'll change your mind. I absolutely agree with you, I've said it myself. It's fucking weird, predatory behavior. Anyone who sends unsolicited nudes can get in the fucking bin. Criminalize unsolicited nudes from women as well, I agree. I also don't understand why in the world do dudes think that we wanna see their dicks? I promise you, on behalf of most women, we do not. If I wanna look at dicks I'll go watch porn or something. You sending me a dick pic does nothing for me. Well, it does one thing, putting another guy on my won't date list. So what you're saying is that females being on the internet isn't automatically asking for dick pics. This goes against frat hive mind logic. Would they drunk dick pic anyone? Ever? If they knew they could be charged and labeled a sexual predator for it? I highly doubt it. There is a dick pic pandemic out there. These men are sending unsolicited pictures of their shit to unsuspecting people and it largely carries zero consequences. If there were more consequences, maybe there would be less dick pics. Honestly, what possesses men to do this, anyway? And someone mentioned the spam ads from females. Assuming those are real girls, and not 45 yo fat, bald basement sloths, either way, really, at least they've got their hustle. Do you know who falls for that hustle? Other fat bald dick pic sending basement sloths. Oh, yeah, okay, do me a favor and don't check your inbox for a few minutes, okay? As a Texan I can confirm this is something you can bring to court in Texas. Not sure about other states. It is a crime in TX. The worst thing I've seen happen to a guy for this was at Amazon. He was working as GM and sent pics to girls around the building and they got his ass fired. He also was married, so his wife divorced him. I said this exact same thing the other day. It's not too different from a creep pulling out his dong on the subway. As a lesbian who still gets many of them, I approve of this. Finally, something I agree with. Honestly, I'm so tired of it by now that it wouldn't even bother me if dicks were just eradicated altogether, lol. There is no good reason on earth to send an unsolicited dick pic. Good thing I have never wanted to send dick pics to anybody. Shit always seemed stupid as hell. Especially unsolicited. Man, I love unpopular opinions. Criminalized all unsolicited nudes. I don't disagree with the idea. I think unsolicited dick pics are as bad as flashing. But I don't think the criminal justice system should preside over every awkward sexual encounter. Charges would come down to interpretation of texts, understanding when no means yes, understanding when no means no, body language etc. Sexual misconduct deserves to be punished, but it's also a term that's far broader than assault. We can't lump everyone in with the Weinsteins and Epsteins of the world. Watering down sexual assault may benefit predators. If someone acts like a a-hole, walk away, publicly embarrass them, confront them, tell their friends or try to educate them. It will probably be more effective than trying to beat them in court. In TX there are laws against it. I get it can be an accident, it happens, but it definitely should be a crime, especially if it's to randoms who could be underage. How would you go about proving the pic was unsolicited? Not a lawyer or IT person. Texas passed a law, https://www.insider.com/unsolicited dick pic sending now illegal. Texas 500 fine Bumble 2019-9, last year, making it a crime, punishable up to a $500 fine. I agree. I think people should prosecute this stuff more. I also am annoyed that women flashing in public, especially to teen/underage schoolboys, somehow doesn't get them arrested. I love kink and naked women, but, for me, as soon as your exhibition kink involves people who haven't consented or cannot due to age, it becomes a major problem. If this post doesn't have a billion upvotes by the time I wake up, I'm gonna be really sad. Unsolicited dick pics are always welcome though. I think adding offenders to a sex offender registry is a bit much if it's a first offense, although I agree with you otherwise. I think this is a pretty popular opinion, just not vocalized often. I absolutely agree with this, smiley. Here's the way I look at it. If you showed your genitals in a public place, that would be sexual misconduct. If you were alone in a room with me and I didn't want to see your genitals, if I showed you no indication that I consented to seeing your genitals but you insist on whipping it out regardless of how I felt about it, that would be sexual misconduct. So why the fuck is it not sexual misconduct to send an unsolicited dick pic to someone? No one wants to see your dick. And by no one, I mean no one. If you engage in this behavior, you are deviant trash. Just like if you were to walk around in public showing people your genitals, because quite frankly, if you're sending photos of yourself like this, you might as well be flashing your genitals in public, given the fact that you don't control what happens to those photos after you send them. Don't be sexual deviant trash. Be a civilized human being, otherwise, don't be surprised when other people see your behavior and try to throw you in the garbage.